Number one on our list is too much salt. Salt has been proven to be something we all are doing. We're dousing our food in high amounts of salt, and it's not helping us be healed from eustachian tube dysfunction and tinnitus. Sodium has been proven to aggravate tinnitus and eustachian tube dysfunction, and for a very obvious reason. Excess salt leads to higher blood pressure. As the blood vessels constrict, blood has a harder time circulating freely, and in the ears, the blood and the heartbeat can actually be heard as tinnitus becomes louder. Many people who reduce their sodium intake by cutting out salty snacks and processed foods have decreased their symptoms as well as healed from these conditions. I realized personally, once I cut down my sodium intake, my blood pressure significantly improved, as well as the blood circulation through my body was much more efficient. And like I've stated to all of you before, it's extremely pivotal that we're getting adequate blood supply to our eustachian tubes, and that's what's going to promote to healing. A lot of you that are feeling the congestion, the clicking sounds, all of the discomfort in the ears has a lot to do with the blood supply going in that region. And number two on our list is drinking too much coffee or coffee in general. A lot of us are sensitive to the caffeine. Coffee has a lot of benefits in terms of antioxidants, like I've stated before, can help with keeping you obviously on your toes, a stimulant. But when you are suffering with ETD and tinnitus, you need to know this. Coffee is a known stressor. It releases hormones, cortisol levels, that is going to aggravate a lot of problems with tinnitus and eustachian tube dysfunction, which then eventually builds up into anxiety, depression, and it can just cause a overfill of problems. So folks, if you are a big coffee drinker, it's not to put down coffee, but it's simply to tell you if you're dealing with these conditions. I have seen personally myself in my own experience that coffee has led to a lot of my problems. Of course, again, it does help you in other ways, but not pertinent to getting over this particular condition. You're going to have to stop the coffee for just a little while, or even cut back can do a lot of wonders for you. And you'll see that the stress response, those cortisol levels come down some. You're able to focus a little bit better. I know coffee can be very dehydrating, so you want to do that and see how you feel. I'm sure you'll see improvements. And number three, saturated fats. We did quite a bit of a circle, but now we're here. Saturated fats has been a major issue with trying to get over these particular conditions. Like for example, cheese has many benefits at that, but it's also aiding to not getting over the condition as well. Red meats and other saturated fats increase our cholesterol levels, and over time can lead to many problems. So we need to be sure we have to cut the fatty foods. It's okay every now and again to consume foods in this nature, but again, we're busy in our lifestyle. We become very fast-paced in our jobs and different conditions that we're in. We tend to reach for the fast food because it's just really convenient. So folks, if you are finding yourself going out very much often, remember folks, in moderation. And number four, sugar, and too much sugar at that. We have to cut down our sugar levels. When I was going through this condition myself, I was drinking a lot of coffee and doing what as well with that coffee, putting too much sugar in there, and it was like a double effect. I was feeling the terrible symptoms and side effects almost immediately. It was causing a lot of problems with my glucose levels. It was causing me to not have great blood pressure. And so folks, sugar is very detrimental to our health already as it is. And if you're dealing with this condition, the ringing of the ears and tinnitus and TMJ related problems, it's going to really cut in on your immunity. It's going to be anti-inflammatory. It's really a lot of problems that you don't want, especially when you're on the road to recovery, like many of you are. So folks, try your best to cut back. And number five, alcohol and alcoholic beverages has been weighing in on a lot of our diet, a lot of our health and wellness. It's a very popular social drink, obviously, but folks, if you're struggling with tinnitus and eustachian tube dysfunction, alcohol has been known and proven to have too much sugar in it, causes dehydration, increased blood pressure, and all of these are the things that I've stated previously in this video that are going to be the things that you don't want to be going through when you're trying to heal. You want anti-inflammatory foods. You really want to lean yourself in that direction, and drinking alcohol And of course, the over consumption of alcohol is just making things worse, affecting blood pressure, like stated before. And so you want to do your best to include fresh veggies, fresh fruits into your diet. Try to switch over to leafy green vegetables. I got a few messages about things that would help with blood pressure and blood circulation, iron levels, and things of that nature. Leafy greens, exercise, yoga, meditation. This is what motivated me to start my channel about health and wellness, because it's a great reminder for myself when I start to tread waters and get into a lifestyle where I tend to get distracted with life, as we all do. This is just a friendly reminder. And remember, folks, go back to the basics.